Hello and welcome back to the cockpit of the A-18 Hornet. It's been a while since I've made a DCS video, and I guess it's time to kind of come back and start messing around with this again. As I always do when I come back to start doing videos or doing anything with DCS really, I'm just going to mess around with some Case 1 carrier landings, trying to see if I can do this kind of okay. Obviously, it's not the first thing I've been doing since I came back. This is my first thing I'm going to be doing for a video, but let's go ahead and get started here. 127,500 is, I believe, the carrier frequency. For the ATC, we are inbound.
308. Marking mops 18048.
Hook down.
Angels 2. State 5.2.
Tack in. It's a 74 X-ray. Get our thing here set up. Get the tack in turned on just so we can have that information, and we can get the checklist over here. I'm guessing the frequency was not correct for the Stennis. I don't think I have the ability to turn on that reel, turn it on so I can actually have it automatically change for me. Yeah, I think I'd have to leave the thing for that. So we're not going to get radio comms for this one, but you know, whatever. We're going to just do our best to try to get this bird on the ground. Use some pitch trim to make this work. So we're supposed to be at 350. What am I doing? Not really paying too much attention to the speed. Currently using the OpenTrack software for head tracking. Oops, we're at 800 feet, 350 knots. Currently using the OpenTrack head tracking software with a cell phone, using the gyroscope on it. Whatever it is you call it. I forget what the digital version of that is called, but you know what I mean. Alright, we'll wait till we get about a mile away from the Stennis and do our braking turn to the left. Let's get these comms off here since they're not working. Okay, I'm going to do my best to try to maintain, I don't know, between 2 and 3 Gs. I find that trying to do 3 Gs generally puts me too close, so right around 2.5 Gs, if I can maintain it. I don't have the best joystick setup, so my feedback is always a little bit weird, but we need to get to 180. Right around 2.5, you know, closer down to 2 Gs. Let's go ahead and get our landing gear down. You're technically supposed to do that once you hit 250 knots, but I find I'd rather just wait till I level off and then I can do it then. Okay. Looks like we are about a mile from the Stennis. Add some power here to try to keep that. Well, we do need to descend a little bit. We did end up about a mile from the carrier, so that's good. Try to get ourselves down to about 600 feet. Not exactly on the reciprocal heading right now, so that's not good. Okay, we're at close to the altitude. I can see the rear of the carrier. Add some power to try to prevent ourselves from descending too quickly. It's supposed to be around a 30-degree turn. Verify that our landing gear and our flaps are down. And just try to hold this until we get to the end of it. A bit too sharp on that turn, probably. There's the carrier. Pulling back on the power as we level off. Widen our turn out a little bit. Try to make sure we're staying high so we don't have to correct once we're lined up with the runway. Okay, we need to keep the throttle moving so that we can stay ahead of the aircraft. Put the velocity vector towards the end of the carrier is what I do to try to line it up properly. Technically, you're supposed to be using the eye flaws, but I suck at using that, so I just use my visual references here. Full throttle and capture. Alright, so that's a trap. No proper communications because we weren't able to set that up. I'm not sure what the frequency is for the Stennis, and they're not providing... They provide me with the TACAN information and the ILS information, which is great, but I don't see anything on here that gives me the frequency information. You know what? The F10 map might give it to me. Will the F10 map give it to me? If I click on the Stennis, maybe? These are all ships, though. What's the... Oh, it's this one here. So, is that going to give me... Nope. So, unfortunately, I don't know... I don't remember how to look up the information in the game. As far as I know... There's... Oh, yeah, no, I had 1275. 1275. Okay. I'm not sure... There's no... Like, once you enter it, it should be in Radio 1, so I don't know. Okay, well, just because one time is not enough, so let's go ahead and try that again. Maybe I can get the comms to work this time. Let me try the manual setting. I shouldn't have to switch to the manual channel, but we'll try it and see if maybe we can get... All right, so let's get the hook down right now so I don't forget. Let's scroll this down to manual. 127500, enter. Get into the ATC for the Stennis and
Marshall 308. Marking maps 18017.
X-ray.
Angels 2. State 5.2.
Oh, wait. On. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure what's going on with the comms for the Stennis. It's quite annoying that we can't get the frequency, that we can't get it to respond. But that's all right. So we've got our hook down. We're going to wait for our flaps and landing gear. Coming down very quickly to 800 feet. Get ourselves on the BRC of 360. Get our throttle set to hopefully hold us at 350. Wait till we're about a mile from the carrier. 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, and braking turn. Come on, I gotta relearn the pressure that I need to get to that between 2 and 3 Gs and maintain it. It's been a while. Technically supposed to be, yeah, I can't find that sweet spot with my joystick. I'm probably turning too steep as well, but it's all right. Okay, as we roll out of our turn, I'm going to bring the landing gear and the flaps down. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are we doing? What are we doing? Slowly bring the velocity vector and the E bracket to each other. Get ourselves a little bit closer to the 180 heading. We are abeam the carrier at about a mile, so you know, the lower end of the 2Gs typically tends to work for me. I know you're technically supposed to adjust the turn as you go. I'd rather just set a G value and go for that. It's easier to maintain. Okay, we'll give a little bit more so we can very clearly see the stern of the carrier. Okay. Add some power as we roll into the turn, 30 degrees, and then adjust power so that typically Typically want the top of the velocity vector at the horizon. That gives you a pretty good descent rate through the turn there. We need to wait until we hit 090 before we take our peak. Looks like we're okay. I am not the best at carrier landings, so do not treat my video as expert knowledge. These are just the things that I do to try to get on the carrier as best I can. Okay, we're going to start rolling out, pulling back on the power. Definitely turning too sharp because I'm ending up on the left side of the runway every single time. So we definitely want to make sure next time I'm not turning as sharp, so we can get a little bit of a wider. Well, I mean, I guess not. I've overshot it now, so I guess it's not too bad. Hook's down. Landing gear is down, and I've lost. I should have verified all of that. I mean, I already verified all of that, but now I've thrown myself off course because I'm trying to look down and do all that, and I can't look at things and focus on all of this at the same time. All right, we're too low. We're too low. Right there. Right there. Velocity vector towards the end of the runway, end of the deck. Capture. All right. No idea what wire we grabbed, but you know, it works. We're gonna go ahead and pull the hook up, fold the wings in, and get ourselves parked so we can go ahead and end this episode. I have if you've watched my content before and you're hoping that the DCS content is coming back, I don't know. I felt like playing, I felt like doing a recording, and if you guys are interested, I may put more effort into it, but I'm really mostly just trying to get back to working on that on the F-18 flight school that I was working on. Excuse me. The missions were all complete, or the missions are all like complete. Sorry, I gotta pull back on that. The missions are all complete. It's just let me see. Let's go through the shutdown process while I'm doing this. The missions were all complete, but I just needed to do all of the quality control testing and all of that stuff. So let's get all of this shut down. Get the canopy opened up. Get the engines shut down. Okay. It gets all of that. Lights are all turned off. Okay. All the lights are turned off. Unarm the seat. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be working on that stuff. If you guys want to see, they're not going to be new versions, but I can do new videos of going through some of the flight school stuff that I did before. There's a playlist for it that you guys can go back through if you really want to see that stuff. I don't foresee myself making videos that just basically redo what I already did. But yeah, trying to get back into DCS, and hopefully I can get to the point where I can get my head tracking to a place where it's usable and not uncomfortable to uncomfortable. I don't know. The problem with OpenTrack is just that it's not the same as the infrared one. The name is escaping me right now, but ideally, if I can get it to where I can, I'm in a new situation now. If you've been watching, I'm now currently sitting right next to my router, my wireless router. So the signal problems that I was having before are no longer an issue. So definitely getting a much better solution. I got to get used to the head tracking, and I got to figure out a way to make it so that it doesn't, like, see how I'm not moving my head, but it's still kind of slowly adjusting, and I'm not sure how to fix that. So just a bunch of different things. I know I'm just kind of rambling on at the end of this, and you know, I don't have I haven't established a format for these videos like I have a lot of my other stuff. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video. This was mostly just to get me back into the cockpit of the Hornet again, get used to doing the controls, start doing some other things. Maybe we'll do some missions. Let me know what you guys want to see. I know it was disappointing for a lot of you when I walked away from DCS several months ago, but you know, I never want to walk away from it permanently. So, you know, I'm sort of back. We'll see. Anyways, let me know. Be sure to click the like button if you enjoyed the video, or if you'd like to see more content so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so now, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your video feed and you'll be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click that join button, check out the list of options available there, and decide if any of those are right for you. If you're not interested in a continuing membership, be sure to click the thanks button if you would still like to help out the channel for a one-time contribution. Those direct contributions are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this into a full-time gig for me. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you guys enjoyed the flight, and I'll see you for the next one.